Campaigners fighting the closure of one of the country's leading sexual health centres are protesting tonight in Islington. The Margaret Pyke Centre sees between 600 and 900 patients a week and was deemed outstanding in a recent report by inspectors. But now there's a possibility that the service will be closed as a result of cuts to the public health budget. Louisa Preston is outside Islington Town Hall tonight, where the protest is taking place. Louisa.
Well, Assad, yes, as you can see behind me, campaigners are out in force tonight to save the Margaret Pyke Centre in Camden. It has more than 75,000 patients visiting that clinic every year. And it was established more than 45 years ago and now has an international reputation for its specialist care. But it really could face closure because of the funding cuts that have to be made. Now, earlier I spoke to somebody who used the clinic 9 years ago, Hayley Roder, and she said it really helped her at a very tricky time in her life.
The Margaret Pyke Centre was really here for me at a time in my life that was really difficult. And I don't think I would have been able to really get through it without the care that I received at Margaret Pyke. They were empathetic and wonderful and knowledgeable. And because of the care that I received, I have continued to go back to them for almost 10 years now. And it's made such a difference in my life to be able to access good, reliable, safe, friendly care.
And the thought of it closing down, how does that make you feel?
The thought of it closing down is appalling. It makes me really quite worried. I don't know what I would do without the Margaret Pyke Centre. Yes, people say go to your GP, but sometimes the wait times to deal with something with your GP can be months. In fact, that's just happened to me, and the Margaret Pyke Centre was able to help me and reassure me and make sure that my health was fine when my GP wasn't able to.
Well, joining me now is Angela Wedgwood, who was a specialist nurse at the centre for more than 20 years. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. What are your thoughts when the threat of closure was announced?
The Margaret Pyke Centre is a very special centre. Our patients tell us that it's very special. It's the attitude and the skills and the knowledge of the staff who are there. It's a safe place. It's a place run by women and for women. And we see people who are very vulnerable, very needy, and the marginalised. And it's very important to have a safe place where they feel they can cross the threshold.
The Trust has got to save £6 million over the next 2 years, though. How do they do that?
The Trust say that they are not going to cut the service, but the trouble is that they're going to fragment the Margaret Pyke Centre so that it will no longer be a centre, an entity in its own right. And they'll put part of it into one clinic, another part into another clinic, and as soon as you no longer have all the experts together, you lose the core base of the expert care that can be provided.
Angela, we must leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us, Angela Wedgwood. Well, the Trust has released a statement today and they said the services will continue, but there's no doubt that things can be done differently and they will have to be. Back to you, Assad.
OK, Louisa Preston, we'll certainly follow what goes on. Thank you very much for that. Well, this is BBC London.